Okay, I'm just gonna do the entire scene. So, yeah, here's the entire scene. This is gonna sound very pitiful because I'm not good at reading at all. It sounds better in my head to me, or something like that. Okay, let's see. Where am I? Alright. He had reached the corner where the cafe sat, peaceful and serene, just the same as it always had been. He eagerly opened the door and sat in his usual spot. In fact, it was the same table he and his brother had sat at back then. He knew it was childish, but he didn't want to give up hope on his older brother. He knew he was alive, and he would find him, punch him hard and right in the face, and maybe cry just a little, but he would definitely be very happy. Of course, then he would drag his brother's sorry ass back to Risible, back to Winry. He cracked a devious grin at that thought. Oh, the look on Winry's face would be priceless. Why, Al would even be nice. He'd gladly hold Ed down so Winry could pound the life out of him with her bleh. He'd gladly hold Ed down so Winry could pound the life out of him with her wrench. That is a confusing sentence. He didn't even realize he was cackling sinisterly. Okay. He didn't even realize he was cackling sinisterly until the waiter coughed lightly, looking rather concerned. Could I have the lamb, please, sir? He asked innocently. May I have the lamb, please, sir? He asked innocently. The waiter nodded slowly. Anything to drink? Al had to bite back a retort. Coffee, please, he managed. The waiter left, returning soon with a steaming mug of hot coffee. He left again quickly, having returned to Al quietly chuckling under his breath. Al sighed, lifting the mug to his lips and sipping slowly on the hot liquid. Boo, a voice said. Al choked and sputtered, spraying coffee out from his mouth. Setting the mug down rather abruptly on the table, he turned towards the source of the voice. Do you get some sort of rush from that? I do apologize, miss. I couldn't help myself, the voice responded mockingly. Al growled, head snapping up to stare at the figure in front of him. If he believed in a divine being, he could swear they hated him. You, he spat, not bothering to smother the annoyance in his voice. Yes, it's me. Yes, me. For whatever reason, this conversation seemed vaguely familiar, though Ed wasn't sure why. What do you want? Not much, he shrugged. Bleh. Not much. Not much. Not much. Hello, not much. Okay, no. I'm gonna have to cut all this out. Crap, no, I'm not. Whatever. Not much. Not much, he shrugged, assuming a nonchalant expression. Though I may have wanted to see you again. He snuck a sideways glance. Is that a crime? Al coughed once, a weak, forced cough, then quickly snagged his cup and took a tiny sip from the rim. He knew it was to hide the blush that had forced its way onto his face. In my book it is. Why don't you leave me alone? I'm sure you have better things to do, with whatever it is that you do, Al mumbled, words barely distinguishable from around the mug currently being held to his lips. Ah, but you see, that would be boring. Why would I do something so boring? Why would I do something boring when I can pick on you and watch your flustered, exaggerated reactions? Al narrowed his eyes. Look, Ed, or whoever you are, I'm busy. I'm working right now, actually, so you can stuff it and go away. He seriously wasn't in the mood to deal with this strange man. Whether or no, he couldn't handle it at the moment. In fact, if he was, in fact, his brother, he would probably break down and embarrass himself. And besides, Ed, quote, had said he didn't remember anything about his past life, whatever that was supposed to mean, and so it was highly unlikely that Al would entice a reaction from this Ed if he were to reveal anything whatsoever. Ed regarded Al with a look that said, sure you're busy. What's got you on a bundle? He asked instead. Nothing, Al replied, not willing to disclose any information to the suspicious stranger. Ed looked at Al, the same look he had given him countless times when he knew Al was hiding something. Only his brother had mastered that look down to an act, and only his brother, giving that look, could entice information. Al shivered. Well, maybe, he relented. My stupid superior gave me the dumbest assignment ever. I realize it's important, and would help lots of people, but I'm still somewhat hesitant. I have a sneaky suspicion he's just pulling my leg, doing it just for a good laugh. Oh, said Ed, attention finally drawn. And who is your oh-so-annoying superior? Major General Mustang. Who else? Everyone knew that. Everyone. Ed's eyes widened with revelation. That bastard's still alive? He asked, somewhat appalled. His eyes widened even further when he realized what he had just said, but only for a moment. In seconds, his expression was masked by an expressionless gaze. Al's eyes narrowed suspiciously. I knew it! Ed laughed nervously, scratching the back of his head. This guy I met a couple days ago told me about him, I think. His attempt at hiding the question was fruitless. Al jerked forward, face inches from Ed's own, eyes alight with a hardly controlled glee. I knew it! He continued to shout. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Ed pouted. Well, I really should be going, I suppose. I'm not supposed to be out and about, and if it finds out that I've gone, it'll probably lock me up for the next century or so. He rolled his shoulders with a nonchalant shrug. Standing, Ed ruffled Al's hair into a messy tangle before fading out of sight. Wait! Al shouted, lunging up from his seat to grasp at the now empty air where Ed had stood only moments before. Al's angry expression morphed into something of a stunned look of silence when Ed disappeared. What sort of alchemy was that? No, It wasn't alchemy. It didn't follow the rules. And if it was alchemy, but if it wasn't alchemy, then what was it? Mommy, look at that strange lady, a little boy whispered. Yes, that's nice, she whispered back, pulling him closer towards her. Ed, he ignored the Al ignored the whispers that followed him as he left the cafe in a hurry. He had to talk to Mustang. However, much as he didn't like that man. Wait, no. He had to talk to Mustang, however much he didn't like him. And Al knew he would probably refuse him, since he had only been gone for about an hour tops, but this was urgent. Ma'am, your ticket! The poor waiter called after fleeing Al, but he was already gone. Al was now 100% certain that this Ed was really his brother Ed, and I'm going to stop now.